Welcome into the Commander's Report. I'm your host, Jack Sperry, and today I have been watching the film of this wild card matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers back on wild card weekend. And I got 5 takeaways coming out of my film study to kind of put a bow on wild card weekend as we prepare for the divisional round against the Detroit Lions on Saturday night. So before we get into the content today, make sure you guys click that thumbs up icon if you haven't already. If you love this team, man, last second win after last second win. It's been a hell of a ride here on the Commander's Report here in 2024, heading into 2025. And if you're not ready for this ride to end, make sure you click that thumbs up icon and help today's video. Okay, first up on my takeaways after watching the film. And this one isn't based on film watching, it's more based on what we learned after the game. And Dontae Payne dislocated his thumb in the game yesterday versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and then came back in with it still dislocated. It was absolutely insane to see this picture. We're going to show you the picture here in just a second. If you're a little queasy, maybe not look at maybe a little bit of a warning here, but he dislocated his thumb, and that was the x-ray photo. Yes, that is the bone, not where it's supposed to be. All right, and he played through this, guys. Like, he came back in the game. He had that thing wrapped up, and you just can't question Dontae Payne's toughness, man. You can maybe question, his effort a little bit, especially in second halves of games this year. And I think that there's a decent chance he might even get traded this offseason, but you cannot question the dude's toughness. Coming back in a playoff game after dislocating your thumb, certainly not something I would have done, but he's just a different beast, man. Now I want to talk a little bit about Jayden Daniels. Of course, we talked quite a bit about him on our post-game reaction show yesterday, but there are some numbers that have come out here that I think are worth mentioning here and just show the poise that this guy brings to the table. And it's so special that he's doing it at such a young age. Mason Kinahan here, he covers the team, really does a good job on X. Check him out. He said this last night, or this morning, I think it was. Jayden Daniels went under pressure. He went 7 for 12 in this football game, 97 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 big-time throw, 0 turnover-worthy plays with a 90.8 PFF grade. Those are obviously excellent numbers for Jayden Daniels. And as we've seen this season, when you can put pressure on him and he's forced to throw off his back foot, he's usually not as good. Not in this football game, man. This guy stepped up big time and he led yet another game-winning drive. That makes 5 on the season for the Rookie of the Year, Jayden Daniels, and that is tied for first with Patrick Mahomes in the National Football League this year. And speaking of Mahomes, Jayden Daniels has a very similar quality to Patrick Mahomes here, where if you have the ball in the fourth quarter and the game's on the line and you need a big play to be made, Jayden Daniels just have this sense that you just know he's going to pick up a first down. You know on a fourth and whatever, he's going to throw that touchdown pass to take the lead. You just know that they're going to get the job done. Tom Brady had this quality as well. And Jayden Daniels has that killer instinct, and this is just his first season in the National Football League, man. It's something we haven't really seen in a very, very long time. Even Mahomes had to take his licks against Tom Brady, the GOAT, his first season starting in the National Football League. But this guy's delivering game-winning drives in the postseason. And, it's his first year in the league, and this is his first time in the playoffs. And, I think that heading into next season with the over $100 million in cap space that this team is going to have at their disposal to make big-time moves, trades, free agency signings, draft picks, the whole 9 yards, my early favorite for MVP in 2025 has to be Jayden Daniels heading into his second season in the National Football League. He can carry an offense. He's shown that here in his rookie season. Now he's going to get more help heading into 2025. And right now, I'm kind of just along for the ride here in the NFL postseason. But next year is really going to be a year I think Jayden Daniels becomes one of the elite in the National Football League. So let me know down there in the comments section, over or under 20% chance that Jayden Daniels wins MVP in 2025. Give me an O for over or type U for under. Make sure you get your answer to this question down there in the comments section for today's pinned question. In just a second here, I'm going to tell you about our sponsor today at Game Time. And while I'm talking about Game Time, let me know if you're taking the over or the under on the 20% number there for Jayden Daniels to be most valuable player in 2025. Let's have a word from our sponsor here at Game Time, which is the best place for you to buy tickets for the sports, music, comedy, and theater in your area. Game Time has a brand new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets for live events even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluffs to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. All you have to do is select the Game Time Picks button at the top of the screen when you go into an event you want to go see, And Game Time automatically filters through their entire database of tickets to find you the best tickets with the best prices and the best views so that you and your family can get the best deals on any ticket you purchase on their app. What I love about using the Game Time app is that you get the lowest price guarantee on any ticket to any event, so you don't need to shop around. You always know you're going to get the lowest price on Game Time. Also, they have all-in pricing, so you don't get slapped with a crazy fee at checkout. And they also have flash deals, so you can get even cheaper tickets the closer you wait to game time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time today. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS. It's one word, all caps, CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off that first purchase. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. Now, after watching the film from this football game, guys, I think we all saw it last night. Marshon Lattimore got cooked by Mike Evans multiple times, and it wasn't pretty. But I think it's probably because he's still injured, or he's still working his way back from that hamstring injury, and he was kind of rushed back, and, it's a playoff game. Benjamin St-Juste and Michael Davis had really struggled heading into the week, and, Washington was just really desperate to get him out there on the field. And, I'd be shocked if he was fully healthy. In fact, Dan Quinn confirmed it today at his press conference where he was not fully healthy for that football game. So that's the excuse that the Commanders are using right now. And honestly, I buy that excuse. I think that give him another week here to prepare for Detroit. I'm hoping that he's going to look a little bit more like his normal self, because he definitely did not look the part physically of a number one shutdown corner on Wild Card Weekend. Another thing that I noted on the offensive line is Brandon Coleman, the rookie left tackle out of TCU, really continued his struggles this season at left tackle. Now, I know he's still a little bit raw. He's still developing, and now he added a knee injury that he was working through this week. But, the struggles continue to persist. He gave up multiple pressures. He would have given up another sack if it wasn't for a holding call as well. So it's been tough for Brandon Coleman at left tackle. Now, I still think he's got the physical capabilities of being a starting offensive lineman in the league. But as I've watched him this year, he doesn't marry his feet with his hands very well. I think he'd be better as a right tackle, actually, than a left tackle. So, honestly, what I would do is I would consider moving him over to right tackle and then trying to sign or draft a top-flight left tackle to protect Jayden Daniels' blind side, because I'm just not sure if Coleman has what it takes to remain at left tackle for an entire NFL career. But hey, I've been wrong before. I've seen guys develop at this position. I'm certainly hoping Coleman does just that in year two. Then a final wild card takeaway here. Johnny Newton, the second-round rookie out of Illinois. Man, he looked pretty darn good out there. And, you guys know that, during the offseason, I was a big cheerleader for Johnny Newton. I had as my number two ranked interior defensive lineman. I had Byron Murphy ahead of him. But Johnny Newton is a special player and a special disruptor in the middle of the field when it comes to getting to the quarterback and when it comes to blowing things up in the run game. He did both last night versus Tampa Bay. Now, Tampa's interior O-line, it can be shaky at times, but honestly, Newton was better than both Jonathan Allen and Daron Payne. Now, obviously, Payne was dealing with that thumb issue, so that might be why he outperformed him. But Jonathan Allen has no excuse. All right, I know he came back from that pectoral injury this year, but Johnny Newton was the best interior defensive player for the Washington Commanders last night. And because of that, I think that you look at this situation and you're paying Jonathan Allen, Daron Payne a lot of money. Do you consider trading one of these guys next offseason to allow Johnny Newton on a rookie contract to assume a starting defensive tackle position? I mean, you're paying Jonathan Allen next year $22.4 million. You're paying Daron Payne $26.1 million against the cap. I mean, this is almost $50 million between your two starting defensive tackles, when you could pretty much cut this number in half if you end up trading, say, Daron Payne to a team next year for, say, a mid-round draft pick. So that's probably what I would do if I were Adam Peters. I'd try to unload one of these guys via trade, and I would allow Johnny Newton to come in and play the other position moving forward. So if you could choose between Jonathan Allen or Daron Payne, which one would you trade this offseason? Type JA if you would rather trade Jonathan Allen, or type DP if you'd rather go with Daron Payne. And if you want to keep both of them and you want to pay almost $50 million against the cap for your starting defensive tackle duo, type N for neither. tomorrow on the Commanders Report. I got my full in-depth preview for this divisional matchup. I'm going to be grinding the tape on the Detroit Lions offense and defense tonight to get ready for that preview. So we're going to have that video up on this channel tomorrow for you guys to enjoy. So make sure you guys click that subscribe button because we got extensive divisional round coverage for your Washington Commanders, getting you guys ready all the way leading up to Saturday night, where we're going to be having our live watch party starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Do not be late. Click that subscribe button. Join our family today. Until next time, go raise some hail.